look the same as you did when I first met you.
Rudy's Barbecue.
If I had hair, I might.
Of real Texas barbecue. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Morris.
And hi and welcome. It's the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. We are back live from Rudy's on the Circle in Waco. Tremendous hour ahead. We're glad you have joined us here. And folks, join me in welcoming Baylor softball coach Glenn Moore, our leadoff hitter tonight. Coach, welcome to you.
Thank you. Always good to be here.
Thanks
Another exciting night at Rudy's.
Thanks for being here in November. You think, well, how are you going to talk softball in November? There's always good things to talk about.
Yeah, softball's year-round anymore, whether it's recruiting or fall schedule, and we're playing games all the time in Getterman Stadium. So if we're not playing, we're out recruiting and waiting for the season to get here.
I hear you. And the way the weather is, you could be playing games right now. You could be playing today.
It's beautiful. It makes you want to get out there and play. The girls were out there kind of doing some volunteer work on the infield, walked out there and saw them just enjoying the weather. It gets really hot in the summer around here, so it's nice to take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's a great time of year. But you do have a schedule of games that you've completed for the fall. How did that go for you?
Oh, yeah, we have a fall schedule. We have a 20-hour session. It's kind of like a spring training for football. It's our fall training, and we usually go 5 to 6 weeks. I think we went 5 weeks or 4.5 weeks, finish with our green and gold World Series game. But you can play 8 games, and you can play up to 10 innings per game. So sometimes we'll play a doubleheader, or we played a little mini tournament, and those were 7-inning games. But, just an opportunity to play someone other than yourself and get out there and compete when there's no pressure, and play different lineups and give kids an opportunity to fight for playing time.
Good. I think you played McLennan a couple of times. Chris Berry, is that right?
We did. It's always a good matchup there. We play a lot. A lot of 4-year schools will play 2-year schools. It's probably a recruiting tool, but opportunity for them. They have many more contests that they can play. So Chris is not going to back down to competition. He wants his kids to play against Power 4 4-year schools in the fall, so that the competition they'll be prepared for anything in the spring. But he's got one of the top programs in the country over there at McLennan, so we'd be crazy not to play them, match up against them, and see what kind of talent he has. So.
Yeah. And it's good for them, and it's good for you also. I mean, being so close.
It is, and we go over there and play, and they've got a super nice facility, all turf field, so gives us an opportunity to play on a turf infield, which is a little bit different. But we see it every once in a while, so it's good to have that practice.
Right. You also played A&M this fall, and you've done that in the past, but it's been a while. To play another 4-year school, a good opponent like A&M, what was the thought process there?
So, we thought this team, being as young as we were, we lost 11. I think we graduated 11. And a lot of new faces. I think we have 10 newcomers right now. So we wanted to see really where we are. Sometimes playing a 2-year school doesn't really give you a good indication, although McLennan often does. It doesn't give you a good indication against the best pitching and the elite level arms. So we had an opportunity to play Tarleton and Texas A&M. Both have elite level pitching, and see really how we matched up. And if you've got the false information of playing a weaker pitching staff and scoring a lot of runs, and you finish the fall that way, you think you're a little better than you are. So you play those teams that will mimic what you're going to see whenever you do get to Big 12 competition. And I thought we did well against those teams. We played really well finishing the season against Texas A&M. I think we don't keep scoring a lot of games, but we do in those games. And I think it ended up 7-5, I believe it was, and we scored 4 in the second inning. We had some real good outings. We throw every pitcher 2 innings, played 10 innings, and we played well against Tarleton State as well. So I thought we saw what we needed to see and what direction we need to go in the offseason.
That's good. Sort of like I was talking to somebody about men's basketball and women's basketball exhibition games.
Right.
Score sometimes matters, but sometimes it doesn't matter because you as the coaches, you've got things you want to see. You want to see how they play out more than just the final score.
Well, sometimes we do the banana ball stuff too, where you just win innings and you keep a point for whoever wins the inning.
Yeah.
So that keeps it closer. I don't, you're going to play 2-year schools and you're a 4-year school. You don't want to run the score up, so sometimes we'll do a 5-run limit, and not with McLennan because they can beat you. So you do it in those situations where you don't want to necessarily let a game get out of hand. You're just working on certain things. And occasionally we'll set it up to where we'll have situational offenses with a runner on base or something like that. So it's just really practice. Spring practice is the same in football. You want to just get better, and that's our objective. It's not about who wins.
Good. So looking back at the fall, the games, the practices that you finished now, do you feel like you got out of the fall what you wanted to?
Yeah, well, you're always trying to, and I tell the team this, I put together probably 150, 200 lineups over the course of the fall just to see what the dynamics of different lineups will work out too, and which one I like, which one I don't like, and move people around. And no matter what I start with in the spring, when we get to February, it never ends that way. So it gives us an opportunity to look at multiple lineups. We even have our team draw up lineups, and ironically, I've done it time and time again with right now 23 on our roster. We don't have two lineups that are identical with all 23. So it gives you an idea how difficult it is to draw a lineup up that everybody would agree with. You're not going to do that. But there's a lot of options depending on what kind of offense you want to put together.
Good. You did play, I think, 3-game or best-of-3 Green and Gold World Series to close the fall. How did that go, and how did you select the teams for that? How did you divide everybody up?
Yeah, so two of our coaches, director of ops and coach, because Denny Price is our director of operations, former coach, but it's not allowed to coach. She can manage and be on the field, but not coach. She and Megan Diaz, Coach Diaz, had a very competitive draft. Okay,
I bet they did, knowing those two.
So they drafted the teams, and then they end up, managing the teams, and it's very competitive. It's a highly competitive group of athletes between the green and gold, and I think green ended up winning, right, girls? Green. So there's a green player over there.
Right.
So yeah.
Green supreme.
And we came down to the second day was tied, and when we ended the game, so we went in the international tiebreaker the third day, and I think green ended up winning. But it was a highly competitive game. In the fall, you never know how many arms you're going to have healthy. This year we had quite a few, so we were able to keep it very competitive, and a lot of smack talking and the fun stuff, but played pretty competitive ball as well.
Good. I'm not going to say wager, but was there something riding on which team won, green or gold?
So we've done a couple of things in the past. We do our dinner on the diamond at the end of the green and gold, where we do our fundraiser and have speakers and meet the team type social. And typically the team in the past that would win would get to eat steak, and the other ones would have to eat hot dogs. Crazy as it may seem, some of our girls liked hot dogs better than steak, so that kind of lost its value there. So the ones that lost had to serve. They were the servers.
Gotcha.
So that's the way it was supposed to be.
Very good. That's great. Well, it sounded like a good fall. You got a lot of stuff done in the fall. Let's take a break. When we come back, you've got your schedule for the spring. Let's look at some of the highlights from that. Opens on February 5th. So we'll look at that and more with Glenn Moore, Baylor softball coach, with us tonight. It is the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, Waco's leading independent bank. And we're back to Rudy's right after this.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day, they dominate it. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Wear green, haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. is everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll beat all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's Group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Rudy's a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Bob Baker. Thanks to our host here at Rudy's. And we continue with Glenn Moore, Baylor softball coach. Let me see if I've got this right. You're about to begin, or you're into your 26th season here at Baylor. That's terrific. 26 years. And look how young and spry you are.
26 years. It's crazy. That's what a blessing it's been to be at a university like Baylor University for 26 years. And Janice and I are very, very blessed to have been Bears that long.
Man, we're blessed to have you here. So that's 29 total, right? 28 and a half total.
Of coaching?
Head coaching, yeah.
Well, at the Division I level, I was at William Carey before LSU.
True.
And then William Carey 2 years. And then I coached at Northwestern Louisiana for a couple of years as an assistant there as well. So.
I got you. All right, very good. 26 years here at Baylor. Mention your schedule, upcoming schedule. February 8th is the opener, the Gatterman Classic, Mississippi State, New Mexico, Wichita State, and your alma mater, and Janice's alma mater, Northwestern State. That'll be a fun season opening tournament.
Yeah, it will be. We're excited about that one. It's kind of special. You may or may not know that Ty will be on that coaching staff. So, yeah, he's
for Northwestern
State. With Northwestern State, as you know, Jenny Isham Fuller and her husband Brad are the coaches there.
Right.
And Ty will, after finishing football, join that staff.
Is that right?
Been working with them a little as it is when he could in between football practices, and they've asked him to join the staff. So it's going to be kind of cool.
Well, there's breaking news. I had no idea about that. Yeah. That's great. Well, good for him.
Yeah, we're excited about that. He better not beat me.
That's exactly right. Well, that'll be fun. And Ty is finishing up football. Is he still going?
They have 3 games left.
Okay.
And he's been out the last couple of weeks, but back this week. Okay. And we're excited about a strong finish for him. And, this is his final year. He graduated a year ago, and now he's working on his master's. So,
man, that's great.
At graduate school.
And going into coaching, who could have predicted that?
Well, I don't know if I'd have directed him to softball, but it looks like he's that's the opportunity he got. He had an opportunity to stay with football, but he decided that I guess he wanted to go the softball route.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
All right, here's what we need to make happen. Remember this. First game when you play Northwestern State, you need to bring the lineup card out, and Ty needs to bring the lineup card out for Northwestern State. Can we make that happen?
I don't know about that, but we'll have to ask Coach Fuller.
Sure. It's her call.
Yeah.
That would be cool. All right, so that is the Gatterman Classic, February 5th through the 8th. What are some? You go to San Diego, a tournament there, San Diego State tournament. Then you go the other direction. You go east in the Clemson tournament this year. What are some of the teams you're going to see at those 2 tournaments?
Well, San Diego State teams have been in and out. When we first had Ole Miss twice out there, a World Series team last year, and they recently dropped out. So San Diego State, Cal will be there. I can't remember the other. It's too much time between now and then, but Cal will be there. I know in our opening tournament, we're very excited about Mississippi State being here on opening day. So hopefully we get a sellout crowd for that. It's on a Thursday night, which is the first day. It's opening day around the country. You won't have everybody playing, so might be a good TV game for us. Yeah. And against one of the top teams in the SEC. Had a real good season last year, so we'll know where we are quickly from that opening. But then we go out to Clemson, and Clemson is very good every year. I mean, they were this close to knocking off the national champions Texas, had them beat and let them slip back in and win it, and didn't make it. So they have a lot of players returning and some really good pitching. So Nice, kind of fairly new program out there. I think about 6 or 8 years old, and new stadium. So we're excited. We also have Avery Waddell that's from that area, going to get her back home. So that'll be kind of cool. I like to take the players back toward their home where their home people can get a chance to see them play.
Very good. You have played the last few years in, I think it's the Mary Nutter Classic out in California. Did you move away from that?
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons. It's good competition, but they play at a city park called the Field of Dreams, and it's really not the Field of Dreams. It's like playing on this floor right here. And 2 years ago, we won that tournament. You may remember we won 5 games, went 5-0 against a really good top 25 competition, but we also lost 4 players from that, 4 or 5 players from that weekend playing on that turf. Terrible, not good playing surfaces, and I just didn't want to risk it. I wanted to go a different direction this time.
Isn't that a tournament with a great reputation, but
it
just
is.
not a good
There's
facility?
about 3 or 4 tournaments now that are fairly equal to that. We have other options that we're looking at. Next year we'll go to Sarasota, Florida, and play in one that's very similar to that down there. So, you want to go to climates that will guarantee you that a good chance of getting your games in rather than the colder climates, and that's one that's been pretty consistent. So, we may go back in the future, but I've never been a huge fan of the venue. It's just the competition and the atmosphere of playing out there.
All right, and then Big 12 play begins. Iowa State in Waco March 6th through the 8th, home against Houston, Utah, and Oklahoma State in conference play. Road to UCF, Kansas, and Texas Tech. How does the league look as you look at it in November?
Yeah, I think it's very similar to last year. A lot of parity. I think Iowa State was a surprise last year. Voted to finish down at the bottom, finished 3rd, and somehow didn't make it to the NCAA tournament. Surprised everybody, but I think their strength of schedule early on hurt them a lot. Being in Ames, Iowa doesn't help them as far as attracting games up there early on. But Texas Tech will be voted to be the number 1, I'm sure, after playing for our national championship last year, and then not only returning the pitcher that was a top pitcher in the country, but about 6 All-Americans have joined their program since then. So they'll be the team to beat. Oklahoma State will be good again. Strong pitching staff, a lot of newcomers in that program. But, there's a lot of parity. Arizona State are perennial softball powers. BYU is good. So it's just a real good conference, softball conference from top to bottom, and I think we'll be in the mix with those. Just a young team that has to prove itself.
Very good. All right, there's a good look at the schedule. Begins February 5th, which will be here before you know it, right? I mean, I want you to enjoy Thanksgiving and Christmas, but that'll be here pretty quickly.
It will. It's probably our downtime is the Christmas time. It's when we can't go out recruiting or anything, so we get about 3 weeks to where we get away and re-energize, and then we have a winter prospect camp that's in the early part of January, and then we start right after that with we have a team spiritual retreat, and Martin Luther King Day is our return date from that, and we get going right after that.
Nice. Very good. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, questions from the audience for Coach Glenn Moore, Baylor softball coach, our leadoff man tonight on the Baylor Coaches Show. And we'll be right back in just a moment. The Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank.
Aloha Baylor Bears. Baylor
Right back, John.
takes on the Utah Utes Sunday, November 9th at 3 p.m. And we need you to be there. Come dressed in your finest Hawaiian outfits and stick around after the match for autographs with the team. Visit BaylorBears.com to purchase your tickets today. That's Sunday, November 9th at 3 p.m. Sick 'em Bears.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics. presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And welcome back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. We are live at Rudy's. Nice group here at Rudy's. Thank you all for being here. And thanks to those of you listening on our flagship station in Waco, those of you watching on the Baylor Athletics YouTube channel. All of our shows available there live and archived. So you and Janice could go home and you could watch a replay of the show tonight.
Yeah, I'm
How
sure
great
that's
would that
what
be?
she wants
Yeah,
to do.
Sure, that's it. All right. Questions from the audience. Good questions by you folks. If you have a card that we haven't collected yet, just raise your hand and we'll get that from you. Here's a good question from I don't know who. Their name's not on here, but a good question. What's the update on your new locker room, and what will it have that you didn't already have?
Oh, man, we're so excited. I can't tell you too much because we're waiting till after it's finished to reveal it to the team. So it's going to be a surprise. You'll see it on social media, but I'll just say that it's on time. Early December is the time that we're supposed to not cut the ribbon. We're not going to do that until we think the opening day against Mississippi State. I think we'll do our ribbon cutting ceremonies. Hope you can all come out for that. But let's just say that the sound system is going to be really nice wherever you live. If it's in the McLennan County area, you're probably going to be able to hear it. A lot of jazzed up lighting, very nice lockers, and the girls are going to be very happy. So anybody that contributed to that project, and many of you did, thank you for helping us raise the funds. It's the first upgrade of our locker room we've had since we built the facility, and long overdue, and it's going to be really, really worth the wait.
It is long overdue, and it's not a luxury. I mean, you had to have more space, didn't you?
Well, yeah, we needed more storage space. We've increased our roster size. In 2007, we won the Big 12 with 15 players on our roster. We had 3 pitchers, and it was big enough then. Now we have 25 on our roster, and you add 10 players, and they take up room. So we needed that. We needed storage, and we're hopefully accomplishing both of that in this project.
Very good. Can't wait to see it. And you're just kind of keeping it under wraps until the girls can see it first. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they've peaked a couple of times, but I'm not sure of that. I think they're trying not to, but they're very excited. They've been living out of their ball bags, if you will, for the fall, and moving in and out, and that's been pretty difficult for them. So they're looking forward to it, very deserving. So it's going to be a fun day whenever we cut that ribbon, or actually we're going to move in it before we do the ribbon cutting. So they're looking forward to that. It's not a day that goes by that one doesn't tell me how excited they are for it. So it's just pretty cool to see them get rewarded with something they've worked hard for.
Love it. Y'all need it. Y'all deserve it. So it'll be great to see that. All right, Wendy Grooms is right here, and she asked, what is something your players have taught you?
Oh, man, being a male coach in a female sport, probably empathy would be the word that comes to mind. I grew up with a family of 5 boys, and a lot of sarcasm, and just grow up and get over it and rub some dirt on it. And they've taught me how to care about people and the softer side of the business. But I don't want to diminish what kind of athletes and the competitors they are at the same time. So a lot of my guy friends have said, I can't believe you coach females, and I just wouldn't have it any other way. I've had the benefit of coaching both male and female, and I wouldn't trade coaching female athletes for the world. So just really love how they care about each other and their empathy toward each other, and just love for each other culture. It's not always that way. I mean, they fight every now and then, but it's a great group that I have right now for sure.
Very good. Great question and a great answer. Love that. All right, Roy is front and center. We mentioned Janice, who is here, your lovely bride, Janice. Roy asked, when you met Janice, who was the best? I'm going to shorten this to who was the best athlete between you two? Roy says best jumper and sprinter. I would say best athlete.
Well, she's the Hall of Famer, John.
She is a Hall of Famer at Northwestern State. Yeah.
She, certainly, just being transparent here, I had to chase her for 9 years to get her to marry me. So she was definitely the better sprinter, but she slowed down. She blinked, and I stayed persistent.
You wore her down in 9 years.
And that was about 27 years ago that I finally caught her. So
9 years. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. There's
Hard
a lot.
to get.
There's a lot more to ask about there, but we'll move on. Question, another one from Roy. Have you found a Cody Campbell for Baylor's softball? And we were talking about.
Are you offering, Roy?
I think he is.
Are you?
Checkbook in hand.
Oh, for those of you who don't know, sure, most of you do, but that's the money guy at Texas Tech, and we're still looking for that person, and I think it's probably out there somewhere. So if you're the Baylor softball Cody Campbell, I'd like to talk to you after this meeting. We've got a lot of great contributors to our program, and obviously I have to mention Ted and Sue Getterman. They put softball on the map for a lot of schools, not just Baylor. They built the nicest facility in the country to help jumpstart my career here and turn Baylor softball around, and within a few years we were in the World Series. But it's not as much to do with our coaching as it is to having the opportunity to recruit some of the best athletes in the country, and Ted and Sue Getterman made that possible. That's the facility. Getterman Stadium is a facility that everybody in the country came to when they looked to upgrade their facility. So female athletes across the country have benefited because the bar was raised here because of Ted and Sue Getterman. So that's our Cody Campbell.
Very nice.
That's
good. That's a great answer. That is a perfect answer. All right. You mentioned we had some of your girls here, but I think they left. I don't know what they had going on, but they left early. Makeup of your team, you've got a lot of newcomers, about half your roster are newcomers this year, aren't they?
Well, we have 10 newcomers. We'll have 25 when all is said and done, but 23 right now, so we'll bring 2 more on board, and we'll have basically half our team will be new. So a lot of youth. I think we have 7 freshmen that many are going to contribute right away. I think this is one of the more talented classes we've had, but at the same time they're young, so they got to grow. We got a couple of new arms on our staff, which we needed desperately, and 2 transferred in from the portal that we expect to be winners. We expect they'll grow quickly. They've been at institutions where they didn't get to play a lot because of great pitching ahead of them, and they wanted to come where they could pitch, and then we've seen significant improvement, not necessarily improvement because they just didn't play a lot last year, but progress, I guess, with velocity and movement and just a desire to pitch. They're like birds out of a cage, so we're excited about them. But we've got some great athletes on this team, and a lot of them need polishing and some time, and we'll give them that time, but not a lot of time. We're going to play 6 games in the first 5 days. We start on a Thursday and play all the way through every day through Monday of the first weekend, and then start the road trips, as you mentioned earlier. So we're going to see a lot of different lineups and see what kids can do early.
Yeah, very good. What would you say? What's as far as you know right now, and it could change, but what's the MO of this team?
Well, we're a little faster than we were last year. We lost Shaylin Govin and Taria Coleman, 2 big hitters in our lineup. I don't know whether you can replace a Shaylin Govin, although we have one named Kagan Marshall that's going to put on a show before she leaves here, a local kid from Robinson that just won a state championship. She's going to hit her share of home runs. We're going to have some power. I think we're going to have consistently good athletes throughout the lineup, but the biggest positive with this team is we're going to have where typically we've maybe had 12 or 13 players that could really compete at a high level, and I think now we're going to have more depth, like 18 or 19 that can really feel comfortable with when they're in the lineup. So just youth, we just got to grow. So we're going to have a little bit of pop. but we're also going to be a very good defensive team. I don't think we're going to get double-digit strikeouts from our staff. You're going to see a lot of the baseball mentality with the middle reliever and closer, I think, with this staff. But we got different looks. All righties. Couldn't get a lefty in here, but
really?
we're all righties. But they're different styles and pitching different parts of the zone more effectively and more off-speed here and a little more velocity there. So just got to do a little coaching.
Very good. All right, very good. Well, thanks for being here. We always appreciate it, and enjoy a little bit of downtime. I know you're recruiting right now, but enjoy a little bit of downtime, and we look forward to the start of your season February 5th.
Same here. Thank you for having me,
Thanks
John.
for being here.
Appreciate it.
Glenn Moore, Baylor softball coach in his 26th season as head coach here at Baylor. Take a break. When we come back, switch the focus to men's basketball. Scott Drew joins us when we come back, live from Rudy's on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, yeah, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day, they dominate it. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Wear green, haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different, bank central. Central National Bank, member FDIC, proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
Join us November 13th at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame in Waco for our next Lunch with the Legend, presented by Baylor Alumni Sports Outreach. Our special guest will be former Baylor basketball standout and entrepreneur Jim Turner. It's Thursday, November 13th, beginning at 11:30 a.m. at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, and tickets are available now by calling 254-710-8300. Join us as we hear from Jim Turner, November 13th, presented by Baylor Alumni Sports Outreach.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
On the Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's this evening. Let's give you our Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics health tip for the week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott and White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. And folks, join me in welcoming Baylor men's basketball coach Scott Drew, our next guest this evening. Welcome back to Rudy's.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Glad you are here. Season underway. Nice big win, 15-point win over UTRGV on Monday.
Yeah, wins are always good, and especially early in the year, you're going to learn so much after each game you play. It's just a lot more enjoyable to learn from a win than it is a loss.
I think you said after the game, you always hear with football, you improve your most from game 1 to game 2. Is it similar in basketball?
We'll find out.
Right.
And we have a big one Sunday. Obviously, Washington, third-ranked class in the portal, and brought in a lot of proven, experienced players. A lot of buzz going into their season with their additions. So it'll be a great early season test. I know some media post had it a top 10 opening week game.
Wow.
So. It should be a great environment, hopefully at Foster, and hopefully we can show that improvement from game 1 to game 2.
Yeah, look forward to that. That's 7:30 Sunday night for Baylor and Washington. You know, we were just talking as you came up here. Look at the Big 12 release, and through the first 2 days of the season, there were 11 games on Monday, and I guess 6 more on Tuesday. The league is 15-1. No, that doesn't add up, does it? Yeah, it does. 15-1. Only 1 loss through the first round of games for the Big 12 schools.
And I think that trend will continue. Big 12's been really good for a long time. Last year, I know the SEC had a unbelievable run, but if you look at it traditionally, we've been the best conference in the country in men's basketball in the last 10 years, and I think that'll continue this year.
Yeah, big win nationally. Arizona knocked off defending national champion Florida out in Las Vegas. That was a big hit for the league.
Yeah, it was, and Koa Pete had 30.
Yeah.
And great young man we had a chance to recruit and get to know, so happy for his success, happy for the Big 12.
Good. It's still early, but as you look at the league, is it the monster that it has been going into this year?
Well, I think, again, the Big 12's always been a great conference because top to bottom. And I remember when I first got hired, Roy Williams had just left and went to North Carolina, and he said that what makes the Big 12 special is it's the hardest conference to win on the road. And I think the fan support, the arenas, a lot of them aren't NBA type that you kind of lose that home court advantage. They're nice arenas, but the fans really come into effect on those games. And traditionally, it's tough to win on the road. And if you got a league that wins their home games, they're going to be pretty good. And then I think the Big 12 Conference administrations have always done a great job since I've been in the league of hiring coaches and bringing in coaching staffs that are really good. And they attract really talented players, and you get good coaches, good players. You have a good league, and it's never a good league is not 1 or 2 good teams. A good league is top to bottom, and I think the depth is always the key to a good league, and we've been good top to bottom.
Yeah, we've got that for sure. 4 of the last 6 years, there's been a Big 12 school in the national championship game, so kind of speaks to the depth, but also at the top, playing deep into March.
And that's the thing where you could, similar to going way back in the day when the Big East used to, you could finish. Would Villanova finish the year they won it, like 4th in the Big East or 5th? But that's where you could be 7th or 8th in the Big 12 and be in the national championship game.
Yeah. All right, very good. Can we go back to Monday? Let me ask you about that win over UTRGV. What did you like best about the win, besides it being a win? And what are you working on coming out of
so
that
you
game?
know me well because I was going to say the win. But
yes.
I think the thing that first pops out at you is our defensive rebounding effort. To only give up 2 rebounds, offensive rebounds in an entire game. Don't care who you're playing. That is really, really impressive. And I thought that was the best thing with our IU game, out rebounding them 44-25. If you can be that dominant on the glass on the offense and defensive end, and traditionally we've been really good on the offensive end, but we haven't been great on the defensive end. If we keep both those up, that's a huge plus for the season. I think the first game we played a scrimmage was GCU. We improved in the areas that we needed to improve in the most. To be specific, on our ball screen defense, we didn't want to get rejected, and we had 8 of them. And then the last 2 games, we've had 2 total. I think after our second game, IU, our turnovers, 16 were too many, and we worked on that, and we're down to 11. So, again, I think finding areas that we need to improve. This team has done a good job in improving in what we found so far.
Yeah, very good. I thought the rebounding, especially the offensive rebounding numbers, those were just huge for you. And I tell you what, we need to take a break, but then we'll ask about some of the individual performances from that game. Great performances in their Baylor debuts for everybody that stepped on the floor. So we'll look at that when we come back on the Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's, presented by Central National Bank. And we'll be right back after this.
TFNB, your bank for life, is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oil field trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. In a long-distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll beat all the cousins in a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's Group Meal.
Next in line. You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Presented by Central National Bank. Visiting with Coach Scott Drew as we continue here this evening. Next game, Washington, Sunday night, 7:30 in Foster Pavilion. We were talking about your season-opening win, a 15-point win over UTRGV. They had some players. I thought UTRGV was really tough opponent for your opener.
Well, last year they played Wisconsin, and second, third game of the year, whatever it was early in the year, and they were up, tied, and basically had a three-pointer to send it to overtime. And then Wisconsin was a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
So obviously Wisconsin had a tremendous season. But anytime you play teams that have beaten or had chances to beat top teams, usually are pretty good. So we wanted to make sure that we're putting ourselves in position to play somebody that could get us better for the next game. And with Washington, we definitely was able to learn some things from that.
Yeah. How about some of your guys? Cameron Carr tied a Baylor debut record with 28 points in the game.
Well, with as many new people, we were bound to have somebody break a record, right?
That's right.
So,
Just a matter of who it would be.
Who was it going to be? But I think that's one of the strengths of this team is you have several people that are capable of scoring 20 points, and it was Cam's night. And Cam's somebody that offensively he's at his best when he's getting to the free throw line. He's aggressive because he's a good shooter, can make shots, but he's so athletic.
Yeah.
And he's so tough to stop when he gets to the rim. And 7 for 9 for free throw line is just what you'd love to see every game, 9 free throw attempts if possible.
Yeah, he showed that athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
A number of your guys did. How about the night for Tunde Yesufu in his Baylor debut? 24 points, but he missed his first 6 shots of the night, and then, am I right, he hit his next 10.
Yeah, he got everything out of the way early. So, but I think Tunde was a classic example of a freshman playing his first game, and came out and obviously first 6 shots, not all were great shots, and he was a little nervous, and that's a great sign. That means he was excited to play in front of the fans, and the fans had great energy. And you can coach and put on crowd noise and try to simulate games, but until there's a packed arena and a loud arena and family members and students and people like that you love and care about in the stands is just different.
Yeah.
And so it was a great growing experience for him because once he settled down, he was tremendous. But early on, he definitely looked like a freshman the first 8 minutes of the game.
Very good. So 96-81 was the final 1-0 to start, and Washington coming in on Sunday. We got a lot of questions from the audience, so let's take a break so we have time for all these, okay?
Sounds great to me.
All right, we'll do that when we come back. We'll continue with Coach Scott Drew on the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank.
The spotlight's back on the Brazzers, and the stage is set at Foster Pavilion. Baylor women's basketball returns with head coach Nikki Collin and a team that knows how to bring the heat. From tip-off to the final buzzer, there's no place louder, rowdier, or more electric than the Foster. Don't just hear about the big wins, witness them. Lock in your seats and fill Foster with green and gold. Purchase your season tickets now at BaylorBears.com/tickets.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different, bank Central. Central National Bank, member FDIC, proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, yeah, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day, they dominate it. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Wear green, haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back of the Baylor Coaches Show with Coach Scott Drew talking Baylor basketball tonight here live from Rudy's. Really nice crowd. Thank you all for being here this evening. We appreciate it. Gets dark early after the time change, but we do appreciate you being here this evening. Got some good questions for you, Coach. You ready to roll on these?
Let's go.
Bob Barrett right here, good basketball man, asks Coach Sanchez is known for coaching defense. What is the coaching emphasis for the rest of your staff?
Yeah. Great question. So in recent time, staffs have become, it used to be the head coach kind of was responsible for everything. And then as staff sizes have grown, what a lot of programs have done is made it similar to football where you have offense and defense. And that way you can specialize, spend more time on film breakdown, try to get more specific in certain areas. What we try to do is we've had a great history of coaches leaving here and having a chance to become head coaches and be successful because I think they learn A through Z how to do everything. That was my dad's philosophy with us, is he gives a lot of responsibility to the assistants, and it's not pigeonholed where you only know underneath out of bounds defense or full court pressure. You learn everything and you run everything, but at the same time each year your job requirements might be different. So we divide our staff half offense, half defense, and then come next year we see what our staff is, and then we move people around so they have room to grow, but they have familiarity also. So Coach Sanchez is known as a defensive guy coming from Virginia and coaching that, but at the same time he helps with offensive thoughts as well. He's had a lot of talented offensive players when he was the head coach at Charlotte. Big Ali Khalifa, who we saw play at BYU, really skilled, talented, big. He recruited him, and a lot of the pros at Virginia he recruited, and has a great eye and can help both sides of the ball. So anyway, this year we have 3 on offense, 3 on defense. We're allowed to have 6 on the court.
Very good. Great question. Thank you. Roy asked, are we going to see Bodo anytime soon on the floor?
We are hoping to see him sometime soon. The more you pray, the sooner that'll be. So please keep him in the prayers. And he's made great progress in the last couple of weeks. But he had a real serious injury when he came in, and he's done a good job recovering. But we don't have an exact date as far as when that would be.
All right, very good. Elizabeth Trammell, where's Elizabeth? Right there. Elizabeth asked why, this kind of goes back to what the coach's assignments are. Elizabeth says, why do you have so many coaches in basketball?
That's a great question. I think basketball, for some reason, it starts in high school. Players all have an AAU coach, high school coach. They have a workout coach. They have a conditioning coach or a strength and conditioning coach. They might have a mental coach. So I think the staffs are big in high school, and they are big in college. David Kay can tell you what we all do, because there's a lot of responsibilities in college, and a lot of people that are interested in young individuals nowadays, especially with NIL. And what I mean by that is, since everybody has so many people in their used to be just mom or dad, now with so many people in that inner circle, there's a lot of people you have to communicate with. So a lot of antennas need to be touched.
Yep, very good. Good question. Thank you, Elizabeth. Steve Van Wagner is right here. Steve asked, it's a good question, how do you compare the talent of this team to last year?
I think going into the season, we wanted to add some size and length, and we wanted to have a deeper team than last year, and that was the goal. Unfortunately, with Perez and Bodo not playing, the depth doesn't show up as of yet. And I think the size and length is there. I think last year you had preseason all-conference, all-Americans. Norchad O'Meara, a proven player, been to a Final Four, Mr. Double-Double. A lot of people speculated VJ could have a great year. Jeremy Roach might have that kind of year. I think this year you look at our team, and again, we don't have anybody projected first team or second team all conference, but we have a lot of capable players, and a lot of players that are excited to wear Baylor, excited to represent our school, our city, and I think are going to compete really hard and give their best to make everybody proud.
Nice. Very good. All right, back to Bob Barrett. Bob asked, I know the GAs do a lot of things. GAs are grad assistants. Please mention some of the things that the GAs do for your program.
Well, first they get you water, carry your luggage.
No, that's Ty. No, it's not Ty.
So GAs play such a huge part in every program. Our graduate assistants are the ones when players want to. The NCAA limits the amount of time coaches are allowed to be in the gym with our student athletes, with our players. But if they want to get extra shots, the graduate assistants, the GAs, are the ones that get in the gym and rebound for them. They're the ones they spend a lot of time with, have a relationship with, and we've been so blessed to have so many GAs that have gotten into the coaching profession after they've left here, from the NBA level to high school to college. But it's basically like a big brother, somebody that allows you to work and get better because they're always there and available to help you do that. At the same time, I think they provide great mentorship on and off the court, because a lot of them have just finished playing college basketball or might be newly married, but they have a lot of wisdom and knowledge they can pass on, what to do, what not to do, and what they wish they had done or didn't do or should have done.
Yeah, very good. Bob knows those GAs, they do a lot of great work for sure. All right, here's a good one to end on. We saw Mackenzie, be your daughter Mackenzie, dancing on the big screen Monday night. When are we going to see your dance moves, and did she get that talent from you?
Well, I think Brad Livingstone is the one you're going to see on the big Jumbotron. You're not going to see Scott Drew, but the good thing is DK can tell you after big wins, we do our share of dancing in the locker room. Hopefully we have a lot of those. We try to keep them off social media just for different reasons. After wins, sometimes you don't want to rub it in or things like that as well, and you want to enjoy those moments together. But DK does a mean Macarena. I think you do a pretty good moonwalk or whatever.
Not even close. Not even close. Okay, you sidestep part of that. Did she get those dance moves from you, more from you, or from Kelly?
Well, I'd like to say what I think, but then I might not be allowed at home tonight. So
Okay.
definitely Kelly,
Fair enough, fair enough. Very good. It was a good crowd the other night, wasn't it? And the
Great
students,
crowd.
man, the
Great
students
crowd.
came out in force.
Yeah, the one thing is the Foster Pavilion's a loud arena, and acoustically that is awesome. It gives us a great home court advantage. And students bring a lot of energy, which is always nice. But we can't thank the community and the fans that show up, because I always say you can watch a game or you can affect a game. And those that come, they affect the game. And hence, like, again, the first couple minutes of the game, it didn't look pretty. But that's because the excitement with the buzz in the air and the nervousness that comes with the first time playing in the Foster with that crowd. So hopefully we affect Washington that way.
Yeah. And those warm-ups were nice. Did you like those?
Loved them.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like that.
loved it. Most of all, I like the national championship patches in the back.
Oh,
You
is
know-
that
oh,
right?
yeah,
I did
yeah.
not see that.
Oh, those things are always there.
Oh.
You're platinum for life there.
In that great national championship banner hanging in Foster Pavilion. That's great. Coach, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Good luck on Sunday.
Hey, thank you guys for your questions. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you.
Coach Scott Drew with us. We'll come back and wrap things up on the Baylor Coaches Show right after this.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be
30 seconds.
trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Yes.
Fans, game day experience
No, they lost 4-0.
all season are
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just saw it scrolling.
online, including
I looked for it earlier, but I couldn't find it. But yeah,
warm-ups, tunnel access during the team runout, an in-game radio booth
but they're a tournament team, right?
experience, a birthday bash.
Okay.
There is limited availability per game, so purchase your experience today at BaylorBears.com/group experiences to lock in your one-of-a-kind game day experience today.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll beat all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back to wrap things up on tonight's Baylor Coaches Show live from Rudy's. We appreciate everyone being with us this evening. Open date bye week for Baylor football on Saturday. Volleyball's in action at home twice, West Virginia and Utah Friday and Sunday. Baylor soccer bowed out of the Big 12 tournament, a 4-0 loss to BYU earlier today. And basketball, men's and women's, Sunday in the Farrell Center. The women at 2, the men at 7:30. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back next week for the next Baylor Coaches Show live